Yo guys, here's Torsten with In Full Effect. I hope you are doing well. And today is my unboxing video of the Apple Watch 2. I had pre-ordered the watch pretty much when it was announced and the delivery time was ridiculous. So I was looking at the end of October for my aluminum gold version. And so I thought this morning I woke up pretty early and I thought, let's give it a shot. Let's go to the Apple Store and see if they got some watches. I had been to the Apple Store a couple of times and they told me always that they're almost getting none. So I didn't really have high expectations, but when I arrived at the Apple Store at around 9:40, the store opens at 10, it seemed, one of the employees told me they had some watches. He couldn't tell me exactly what models, but they had some watches, so my expectations were rising. And there were one or two people in front of me and who were waiting for the Apple Watch. They had divided the rows of people into the different products they were looking for. And so when the store opened at 10, all the employees were already waiting in the stores and clapping when all of the customers came into the store. Extremely ridiculous, extremely embarrassing. But anyway, so I got my watch and I want to share with you the unboxing experience today. Here you go. That's the plastic bag you get from Apple. You can swing it around your shoulders. And here you go. Let's file that to the side. Here you go. Apple Watch 2. A white box. You see, it's the 42mm stainless steel and it comes with a sport band, the white one. I already got a few bands on deck. I'm gonna show you those in a separate video, but I intended to get the most basic version, the white one, when I actually want to do some sports with the watch. And yeah, let's unbox the baby. That's never a pain with Apple products. I really appreciate that. So it comes in a really nice box. The box is extremely heavy. And let's open the lid. Let's see. All right. Comes, if you open it, there's a pretty big plastic box. I didn't buy the first watch, so I don't really know the unboxing procedures. This plastic box is wrapped again in some plastic. Let's get rid of that. And oh, here we go. Here we go. Nice presentation. Obviously the screen is wrapped in plastic. Let's unwrap that, or maybe let's just get rid of the... Alright. Oh, it feels like a very high-end product. The presentation is really nice. And one thing I really realized, and that was the reason why I chose the stainless steel over the aluminum one, is it's really much heavier. It has a heftier feel to it. It feels more like a high-end product. And here in Japan, I ended up paying 70,000 yen, which pretty much is $700. I added the Apple Care to the watch, and it comes with a white band. I mean, that's obviously not gonna be a band you want to wear if you buy the stainless steel version. You want to have some more fancy looking bands. But like I said, the presentation of the watch itself is really nice. Feels really like a high quality watch. I picked up some other watches in the stores from Huawei, which were around like $400-500 but it doesn't compare really. I'm not an Apple fanboy, but the quality didn't compare to the Apple Watch. And so this is how the watch looks like when you start it for the first time. You can select your language, English, and then the region is Japan. And I'm gonna be setting up the watch and then show you after a short cut how the watch looks like just my first impressions. This is really the first time I'm using an Apple Watch, so I have no idea about the operating system. But just for the first impressions, I'm going to be playing around with it a little bit. But before we do that, let's just look what else is in the box. So we have obviously the Apple Watch. Let's put it here. We have the fancy looking box. And then when we go back to the box, we have actually at the bottom, we have the, let's take a look. We have some, we have an extra band that comes with the watch. It comes with an M-sized and L-sized band. We have some, like a booklet. I don't see the typical Apple stickers. Anyway, let's just put that to the side for the time being. And inside you find the wireless charger and the power brick. And that didn't change from the first watch. I mean, I didn't have the first watch, but I know it from a friend. So that's the typical shit that comes with it. If you look at the watch, it displays some kind of wallpaper. Like I said, I will set up the watch now and then I'll be back in a second, guys. Alright guys, I'm back now, and it took me quite a while longer than I expected to play around with the watch and actually figure it out a little bit. It pretty much took me a day now since I stopped the video. My first impression was that, oh, maybe that wasn't such a good buy. Maybe it's just a gimmick, like some people say. And I think this is definitely a product where you have to start learning to integrate the functions into your daily usage. Because, yeah, like I said, if you pick it up, play around with it for a few minutes in the store, I think there's a good chance that you will just leave and conclude that this is not actually a product, especially for the price you want to buy. But there are so many functions that are really, I think, useful in your day-to-day life. Let me just give you a few examples. So for instance, if you swipe up, you have the settings, etc. And there's a button where you can search for your iPhone. And this is definitely something where you will say like, oh, okay, that might not be a biggie, but just think about it. Every morning you wake up, I have that situation all the time. I don't find my iPhone because I'm still half asleep and put it somewhere, and I have to leave the house to get to work in time. And this functionality, I think, will be very much appreciated by people who go to work every day, especially if you're living in a bigger place and you have to really go around and search for your iPhone to make it to work in time. And then what else is there? I mean, it definitely comes with some sport apps. You can install now because of the installed GPS that I think will make it possible for you to exchange some of your sport gadgets. I don't know the accuracy yet of these applications. I heard they are so. Maybe the makers of the applications, they have to fine-tune the applications. But for instance, I like cycling and I have a power meter on my bike. So there's Strava now, and it will measure your course, etc., and record your course. There's a good chance I might replace my power meter, which doesn't look so fancy anyway, and I will just wear the watch. We will see. I will definitely try it out. But I think, in order to fully appreciate the watch, you definitely have to use it as your power meter or as your sport gadget as well. That's actually something Apple said in their keynote. If you just really use it as a normal watch, I think you're missing the point a little bit about the watch. It's definitely supposed to be part of your sport life, motivating to you to do some sport, etc. There's an application that comes with it, which lets you relax. It's kind of funny. So you can set a time of the exercise, and if you start, it lets you breathe in and exhale. If you play around with it in the store, you might think you will never use those things, and I can imagine a lot of people won't. But yeah, this is my final verdict for today. I think I have to use the watch at least a week or two in order to be really familiar with it enough to be able to make a judgment call on that. But so far the watch is beautiful. I got the stainless steel version, like I said, and you know, the finish quality is very nice. It really feels like a high-end product, so you definitely get something for your money. It is a high price, but so far I'm loving the watch. I'm also gonna show you some extra wristbands in my other video, and in a week or so I will give you my final review. Alright guys, until then, let me know if you have some questions about the watch, and I hope you have a good day. Cheers guys!